The Boneyard, gaming and anime duckies.
Hello, my lovely duckies, and welcome to the Boneyard. And as always, I'm your host, Caster. Now, I know I've been gone for quite a while. I'm sorry for that 2 to 3 month hiatus there. Had a lot of personal issues, and don't really want to get into those right now. But I kind of needed to take a break from YouTube, and I'm kind of glad I did. But I am ready to come back, my lovely duckies. And today we're going to talk about emulation and the legalities of it, really. Oh boy. Now, we had a video like this earlier, where I discussed it with a friend of the Boneyard. If you remember them, Braylon. We've talked on the podcast. It was emulation and the future of retro gaming. You should check out that video. I'll have that in the description. Now, Ocaster's been on that, dumpster fire known as Twitter. And, oh, yeah. And a lot of people were talking about emulation and justifying, downloading older games and stuff. And so I wanted to kind of throw my hat into the ring a little bit and talk about it. Well, really, like we all know what emulation is. It's pretty much, when a hardware or software is pretending to be something it's not. Like, for instance, behind me we have the Sega Genesis Mini playing Castlevania Bloodlines. Now, the game thinks that it's playing on a Sega Genesis, but it's not. It's playing on the Mini, which is an emulator. And pretty good. And they all depend. Some emulators are good, some are bad. I hear the EverDrive is pretty good, if not popular. But, so anyways, Duckies, is emulation legal or illegal? And, well, it's both. There's two different kinds. There's legal and illegal. The legal kind would be, like, right behind me here, the Sega Genesis Mini or any other of the mini consoles. The companies put those out, and they own the rights to the product there, or they get the licensing, from the people who own those rights. And also, you're allowed to, not really emulation, but you're allowed to copy your own ROMs if you own the game. So could you have a game being played on emulator? Yeah, legally if you own that ROM. So if I own Castlevania Bloodlines, I would technically be able to play it on emulator because I actually have the game. Now, illegal is, well, you don't own the game and you download the ROM. Now, this is where we get into some murky waters. Because some people are like, well, downloading games and playing them on emulators it's not wrong. And I'm like, well, not being wrong versus not being legal is, I guess, two different things. But honestly, it's like, well, the money's not going back to the developers. I mean, really, how could it? Because, these things aren't sold in stores. But, I mean, you are taking something that doesn't belong to you. You are taking something that is copyrighted. It is licensed and trademarked. It has them on all the games when you start them up. So, I mean, if you're doing it, yeah, it is illegal to download ROMs. And have, like, emulators and stuff. It's illegal. But a lot of these companies, they don't really care. I mean, it's not, there's no money in suing every Tom, Dick, and Harry who's doing it. It's like, it's too little money. So a lot of companies are just like, F it. So the answer is it wrong? Well, I mean, it's all your justification, really. I mean, anybody can come up with a justification. But, I mean, it is illegal. Let's not split hairs. It is illegal. But, I mean, for a lot of people, that's the only way you're going to play these games is through, these ROMs. So, I mean, it's a moral gray area, really. So, more likely than not, you're not going to get in trouble. Because, I mean, again, like I said, these companies like, Sega and Sony and Nintendo, it's small potatoes to go after you. But I mean, but then again, it just depends. Now, Ocaster, I don't really prefer emulation. I like actual ROMs on actual hardware. Software on actual hardware. That's the way Caster rolls. A lot of people I understand can't do that. I get that. That's just my personal preference. I'd rather play the games, you know, uh, I'd rather play the games on the actual systems, but which can be an expensive hobby. But for instance, here, this is the reason why I have Castlevania Bloodlines in the background, because that's the only way Caster's going to play it, because Caster doesn't have, $200 to throw down on a Sega Genesis game. I'm sorry, I would love to, you know, like and subscribe to this channel, and maybe Caster can, shit, man, I can get some monetized, and maybe I can actually have it and actually review it. But but until then, old Caster's only playing Castlevania Bloodlines on the Sega Genesis Mini, and a lot of people, that's the only way we can play those games, and that's fine. My suggestion, Ducky, would be that try to look for the legal ways to play your games, and if all else fails, well, you know what options left to you. So, that's what I'm saying. So, to me, it was like a lot of people were like, getting on their moral high horse, like, oh, well, there's no other way to play this game, blah, blah. Yeah, you could justify it all you want. I mean, whatever. But, like I said, it is illegal, but I guess it's up to you if it's immoral, I don't know. But to me, it's just my personal preference is to just play the actual stuff. But like I said, if you can't get it, you can't get it. And if that's what's left to you, then well, say la vie. That's life. But anyways, Ducky, it's good to be back on YouTube, and I didn't want this to be a very long video. So, anyways, Duckies, so glad to see you, Duckies, and I don't know if we're gonna have a retro roundup. But I do want to do some reviews on different things, different animes and stuff, and I even looking forward to doing an audiobook review. I don't see them on YouTube, but then again, I don't really look for them either. So, but anyways, Dougie, I'm back. So, stay safe and be good to each other.